morning, everybody. How are we all this morning? So here we are at the end of another week, and they seem to be going so quickly. So, like middle of March already? It seems like only yesterday that we were looking at Christmas. But anyway, here we are. My name's Lorraine. I'm from the Fraser Coast in Queensland. I live in Maryborough, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So, what do I have today? Lots of different things. But firstly, what I'd like to say to you is this. We've got a new reward system, and everybody, including our customers, receives rewards on all of their orders. So, if you're putting in an order, or you'd like to put in an order, when you make up your customer order form, you will see that there'll be it's like a pop-up box, and it talks about the reward points, and it says to you, do you want to opt in? Now, press yes, okay? Because the rewards that you get for your order are amazing, and you can't use the awards from that order on that order. You have to use it on your next order. However, you can accumulate these points, these reward points, and that'll give you the opportunity at a later time or in your next order, whichever you prefer, to use these points up and get something that you would really like, or at least get money off of it. So have it at a reduced price. Sorry, I'm just going to turn my phone off. There we go. Okay, so if you're going to hi Lynn, lovely to see you. Hi Suzanne, thanks for being here. Oh, that's good. I know it seems to have been a busy week for everybody. Lynn, yeah, even myself. I'm sort of like, I've just had to make plans for tomorrow, so that I know where I'm going, if you know what I mean. So yes, when you go in to do a customer order, unless you're a demonstrator, we're already signed up. It does say, I think we do get a pop-up which says that I think we have to accept the terms and conditions. However, as a demonstrator, we're already part of the scheme, but as a customer, please join up. Now, what you can do is, if you go into any one of my videos, you'll see a QR code up in the top corner. So as I look at my screen, it's on my left, which is my right, which is weird. It's a bit like Zumba. In Zumba, as an instructor, I always start on my left leg, whereas the participants always start on their right leg. So to actually change it over to go from the stage down onto the floor or vice versa, it gets very confusing. Anyway, so the QR code is up there. I'm going to sort out a way to put that onto my Facebook page. My Facebook page is Colour Me Crazy Cards. So please, if you're... Hi, Fran. How are you today? Lovely to see you. Sorry I didn't make the meeting last night, Susie and Fran, but unfortunately Thursday nights are not a good night for me. I do something else every Thursday night. So, yeah. Anyway, so opt in for these rewards. I will find a way to put that QR code on my page, and you'll be able to click on that to join. Okay, enough of that. Today we're gonna do a fun fold, because it is Friday. Doesn't mean you can only do them on Fridays, but yeah, everyone seems to. This is a fun fold, but also a block card. Oh, you didn't make it either. No, it's a shame, isn't it? But then, we're never going to be able to have everybody, never going to be able to please everybody. So that's fine. I did watch the replay. Anyway, so today I'm making a fun fold and a block. It's a fun fold block card. Now, I'm going to use the Thoughtful Journey 6x6 DSP because it is still current, as is the Thoughtful Wishes bundle. So just let me go down to the desktop and hope I've got it on the desktop. Oh, look at that. Oh. Okay, so this is the gorgeous bundle that we're using now. I ordered 2 of these because I absolutely love them, and I do still have quite a few left. So this is the one that I'm using today. And I thought I would use probably 3 or 4 pieces, but hey, I only used 2. So that was good. So then we have this gorgeous paper here. Let's try not to get it all. Looks like I've got it all upside down and inside out. So we have, that's the back, that's the front. How gorgeous is that? Just look at that. Absolutely beautiful. And then we have this one, excuse me, which is beautiful. Again, it's like thistles. They're all watercolor. So they're just gorgeous. Look at that on the background. Isn't that beautiful? And then would help if I had them all the right way, wouldn't it? But anyway, you can see, let me turn it over and see if that works. There we go. So then there's another one that's like thistles, and it's got the beautiful color backgrounds. There's so many in here that are gorgeous. This one is just like a watercolor lake. It all sort of goes into each other, but look at that on the back with the pretty peacock there. I think I might have shown you this one, but the colors in here are just gorgeous, and it gives you so many. The back of that one actually looks like a hill, and you know, so you could do so much with it. I think I've used some of these at some stage with the loveliest tree because it just worked so well, being able to put a tree on there. We've got the greens and the blues, and we have I can't remember what color that was. I think it was something wheat. I know it was a color I didn't get. And then we have this one, which looks like a lagoon, and it has that on the background. So these are still available, and they are carrying through. So beautiful, beautiful to use. And with some of the new dies and stamp sets that are coming out, I can guarantee you they will work beautifully. So, and hopefully by next week I will be able to show you what I mean with that, because I don't think my order's coming through until next week. So this is one of the bundles that goes with it, so the Thoughtful Wishes, and it has beautiful beautiful sayings on it, beautiful sentiments, and yes, I love it too, Lynn. It's gorgeous, isn't it? These lovely stamps, and then the die cuts, or the dies I should say. Now there's one in here, this one. This is absolutely gorgeous. It really is a beautiful die, and it can be used on its own. You can cut it, it can have anything done with it. And then we've got, oh look, I left a piece in that one. Then we've got all these ones that cut the bits and pieces from the stamps. One of my very favorite die sets and stamp sets. So I decided I would use it today because it is still current, and because we tend, when we get all the new stuff, we tend to forget the stuff that we've had around for a while. But you know what? It's still as good as it always was. So today, now you're going to have to excuse this because these cards are the ones I'm going to show you. The one I'm going to do is going to be done with Stampin' Up! Products. But, oh, just before we do that, those that were watching yesterday, I forgot to put Wink of Stella on the little flowers there. So I put some on afterwards. I just thought I'd show you that just in case you were all shouting, you haven't put Wink of Stella on there. Okay, So these are not made out of Stampin' Up stuff, but these are some I made some years ago, as you've often heard me say. Okay, so there's that one and there's that one. I do think I made one once in Stampin' Up products for a challenge, but I couldn't find it, so I've either given it away or whatever. All right, so what I've decided to do this morning is one of these. So it's sort of like a Z fold, but then it has the pop-up boxes. And it's really not difficult to do. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and I have pre-cut and scored, simply because you would be here for ages watching me otherwise. Alrighty, so this piece is the back of what I'm using. Actually, I might have shown you the wrong. Oh no, I did show you the right piece. So that's what we're going to do this morning. So it is easier if you make or cut the card base and then you do your blocks afterwards. You'll notice also that on the edge here, I've got a rough edge. So I could go over that quickly with a nail file or something like that. It just basically means that I need to change the cutter on my trimmer. Okay, the cutting blade. So we've got 4 blocks basically. This is the main card, first block, second block, third block. So you've got the main card, the first block, the second block, and the third block. And it is very simple to put together. So I will give you the sizes, but I won't be writing them down or anything. So the card stock, the main card stock is 4 1/4 by 9 1/2, and then we score that at 2 and 4. So that gives us these 2 scores here. Okay, so what we're going to do then is that one goes that way and that one goes that way, and we're going to make the Z fold. Burnish that down so you can see that's what we've got. Alrighty, so that bit's quite simple. So then we have our designer series paper, which we're going to put on here. And then for the very front, we have our basic, that piece is 4 by 5 1/4. And then we've got our basic white, which is 1 7/8 by 4 1/8, and the designer series panel, which is 1 3/4 by 4. So what I'm actually going to do is set up all the blocks, and then we'll pop them onto the card. So as you can see, that one's going to fit in there. All right, so before we do too much else, let me put this piece onto the back. I've got a new glue there because I think yesterday this one was starting to run out, but it seems to be working this morning. All right, so I just want to pop that onto that side there and get that nice and straight. Okay, just the backing. Now you can cut another piece and put on here if you wanted to do your writing on. Okay, I actually like to put a piece of white on the back there, and I may do that at the very end. So then we're going to take the front bits. We're going to put this onto this piece here. Now you don't have to have white. You can put whatever color you like on there. This is where I like the Tombow, because it does give me the chance to actually get it straight, or as straight as Lorraine's ever likely to get it. Let's put it that way. I'm going to open this up to put this on because I like to look at it straight. There we go. And there's that piece on there. So you can see that's the start of the card. So now we're going to make some boxes. So with the boxes, just got to have a look. So we fold down and down and down. So in actual fact, although I'm saying down, they're all mountain folds. Okay. Now, when we put this part on, when we put the pretty bit on, we don't put it onto the right onto the edge. We put it onto the second panel. Okay, so we're going to pop that onto that second panel. Oh, I should have put the paper on it first. Never mind, we'll just do it the other way. And then the designer series paper on top of that. And there's our second block. Now what's going to happen is that is going to go in there, and then it will open up like that. So I'll do all the blocks first, making sure that you have the 2 scores on the right hand side and the 1 score on the left. So this time I'll do it right. I'll put, now this DSP is a little bit, it is actually directional, so I do need to make sure that I'm putting it on there the right way. Pop that on like that. I think a dull trimmer blade should be a feature because it puts little fluffy bits everywhere. So how is everyone today? How are you all going? We've got a bit of cloud cover today, and they're threatening us with rain. But they threatened us with rain yesterday as well, and that didn't happen. Now, this is going to go, you see that, didn't you? It's Sod's Law, that is. Okay, so we're going to do mountain, 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 and I'm going to pop this into this second area here and line that up. So there's our second block. Just excuse me while I get the chamois out and clean up that glue, because otherwise I'm going to put my hand in it or drop something else in it. Okay. And now we're going to do the third block. So we're keeping the 2 scored sides to the right, and the 1 scored side to the left. And then we're going to pop this little bit on here. So the first block, the cardstock was 3 1/4 by 5, and then it was scored at 1 1/2, 3 and 4 1/4. Then the basic white was 1 3/8 by 3 1/8, and then the designer series paper was 1 1/4 by 3. And for the block 2, the cardstock was 2 1/2 by 4, scored at 1, 2 1/2, and 3 1/2. The basic white was 1 3/8 by 2 3/8, and the designer series paper was 1 1/4 by 2 1/4. So now with this smaller one, the cardstock is 1 1/2 by 3, and it's scored at 1/2 inch, 2 inches, and 2 1/2 inches. The basic white, excuse me, is 1 3/8 by 1 3/8, and the designer series paper is 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. So we'll pop this onto here. What I did with the designer series paper was I sort of picked it out so that it sort of runs, it's not exact, but it looks like it could be you know, a picture all in one area. So I'm just going to pop this around here and put this in here. So there's our 3 blocks. Now to assemble the blocks, we're going to put glue on this bit and we're going to put glue on this bit here, but we're not going to do it both at the same time. So what we are going to do is I'm going to put, now it's up to you. You can, I like to use the glue because it gives me that bit of space. But if you use something else, this way you do need to give it a little bit of a time to stick. Now you line it up against the crease there and you center it so that you've got about the same at the top as you have at the bottom. So you center it. So pull it out straight like that. This is the easiest way to do it. And then just fold that over. And I'm just going to hold it for a couple of seconds like that. Let that stick. Okay, so we've got that like that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to put the glue on here. So I'm going to pop a little bit of glue on. And now it decides to play me up. A little bit of glue on this part here. And then we're going to fold that right under like that. And then we're going to fold the whole thing over. Just hold that down for a few minutes. And then a few minutes, you know what I mean, a few seconds. And there we go. We have the block. So very easy to do. Very easy to make. Okay. So now we're going to do the same thing, remembering to keep the 2 score lines on the right hand side. We're going to just put some glue on that part there. And again, we're going to line it up into the middle part so that we've got the same each side. And then we're just going to put that down like that and hold it for a couple of seconds. So you can see we sort of got the pattern coming out there like that. All right. Now again, along this small edge, we're going to put some glue. And then we fold it hang on, have I got that right? Yeah. When we fold that back and down and we press it down. The first one always seems easier, I have to say. And there's our next block. And then finally, we have the small one. So we're going to keep the 2 this side, the 1 that side. They get smaller and smaller as we go. So we're just going to pop a little bit of glue on there. And we're going to line that up so that it's about equal. And then we'll pop that down. So when we see these cards, they look as though they're really difficult to make, but in actual fact, they're not. They're actually quite easy. So just give that a couple of seconds, and then we are going to put glue on this bit here. Bit of glue there. Fold it back and press it down. Let's give that a couple of seconds. It should be right. And there is our card. Okay, so that gives us the boxes to use to open it up, to make it stand up. All right, so usually I like to decorate this part and I put the sentiment coming from that part. So today I thought I would cheat, because while we were on stage, we were given these greetings for all mix and match ephemera pack. So this pack has the little pop outs. You can just pop them out. Okay, so we've got all these different sayings on here. Each one will just pop out. For someone who would like to do this rather than stamp, a fantastic idea. Okay, and or if you're making a quick card and you just wanted to do something quickly, you can just pop them out. For this one, I'm actually going to use Sending Sunshine, so I'll keep that out. Then you have another sheet. Well, you get 2 of each, and then you get another one with all these on. Thank you, happy Father's Day, happy birthday, best wishes, happy Easter, missing you, sweet baby, thinking of you. So many different, happy Mother's Day, happy Valentine's Day. So many different sayings to stop. Thank you, Lynn. Just, so that you don't have to stamp if you're in a hurry. But then there's also what I would call the negative. So where you have the black background and you have the wording on it that you can just pop out and use. So how awesome is that? Fantastic if you're in a hurry, or, sometimes something happens and we can't, stamp or use our hands or anything. So when you pull these out, make sure that you push them this way. The reason being is if you get one that's stuck and you're pushing it the other way, the bit that's stuck's going to stick up. All right. So just a trick from years ago that I used to say to people, if you're going to do push outs, make sure that you do them the right way. Now, how did I get that out of there? Must have been the side. There we go. Look at that. Okay, so I'm just going to use one of these today, but I'm not sure that just putting that on there like that is enough. What do you think? Just put it on there like that, or should I put it onto another piece of card and fussy cut it? What do you think I should do? I suppose it doesn't look too bad like that. What would I put it on? Same as the backing, I could sort of stick it on there and then pop it on. Not sure. You know what? That is Pool Party. Let me see. Let's get out the Pool Party. And I might just run the edge around. Just to get, it's a bit hard getting into that little bit. Might have to get something out to do that. So just running it around the edges. Just to give it that little, I've got a dauber in here somewhere. No, they're in the cupboard. Let's grab one of those. I'll do it. So just using a dauber, and I don't think that's going to get in there either, but you can use it just on the edges. And I think you can get somewhat in there, just not all the way. So you could use a brush. But anyway, that gives it that little bit of an edge. So maybe just use that with a little bit of the edge there. But before I get to that, thanks, Fran. Hi, Janelle. How are you? Lovely to see you. Okay, so I might just pop that on there. But before, we'll just leave that to one side for now. I have cut, so these are from, as much as I usually use the Thoughtful Wishes, today I have cut from, is it that one? Yeah. Another one that we received at On Stage. So the Impressions A Bloom. So I haven't used any of the stamps this morning. Good morning, Donna. How are you this morning? Lovely to see you. Okay, so what I've done is I've used this small die with this tiny weeny die for the centers, and I have used this die here for some greenery and goldery actually. So that's what I've used this morning. This is an absolutely beautiful set that will be coming out. Impressions of a Bloom. So as you can see, I've already used some of it, not all of it, but already used some. Alrighty. So I'll put that away. So this is what I've cut out. So I've got a couple of green pieces and a gold piece. And then, oh, goodness me, fans on. We could lose this. These are the little centers. And I decided I'd do them in gold. So actually, I bet I left. Yep. So I can actually stick those on there. And this is where the putty end of your take your pick tool comes in handy. If you can get it to turn over. There we go. So that's those. But before I put those in, I want to shape them up a little bit. So I did two out of, they're all done out of the DSP, but I just took them from different areas on the DSP. Okay, so shaping the flowers, the knuckle in the corners, turn it round and round, and you have your flowers nicely shaped. Okay, so they'll stand up and look absolutely beautiful. Let's do that one again. 2, and then we'll do the same with this one. You can also, if you have one, you can use one of these, pop it in, and just spin it around. You really need to get it into that really soft part of your hand, but that's another way of doing it there. Me, I'm lazy. If I can do it without a tool, I will. All right, so that's what we've got. I'm going to stick these gold centers in. Wish me luck. Come on, blue fairies. Let's have you. We need you to be coming out. There we go. And I'm actually going to use these because... So I'm just going to stick these little gold centers in there, and then I'll reshape them again probably afterwards. So sorry, I know I went off the side there. I was talking to my husband this morning about how I can make it that I don't have to work right in the middle of the board, because that's where I always tend to work. I tend to work more to the front. There's that one. And then one more. Feels like the whole gang's here this morning. It's wonderful. All right, I'm just going to give those a couple of seconds to stick before I reshape them. So I'm going to pop this back down, pop those over there, pop this down. I might just give it a bit of a burnish since it's all on there, which helps it to sit flatter slightly. It is going to be that little bit bulkier because it's, it's got all this underneath it, but that's okay. So what I thought I would do is I would put a couple of pieces of greenery on here, a piece of goldery, sort of probably between the two, somewhere in there, like that. And then strategically place the blue sitting in the middle, the flowers down there. What do we think? And then if I'm not even sure I need the bow, maybe not, I could put the bow under that one and then put the flower in the middle, but I think that might be too much. So I think I might just go with the flowers, just the 3 flowers. What do you think? So just redo those because the little bits in the middle didn't get done. So there is a ball section that goes with your take your pick tool, but it is very small. Like the ball sections are very small, but if you use it carefully, you can use that. Okay. So you just take out this one and you pop in that one. And you can use that just don't, if you're using the small one, just be careful because it can mark what you're doing, and always use it on the side. But yeah, to me, my fingers were made first. My thumbs, yeah. Okay, so you do have that option if you choose it. Okay, so now I'm just going to pop these down. I think I would just put them all. Now, with these, you do have, this is what I like about these, actually. These split, like you can see the marks, where it splits on the leaves. It's so cute. I really love that. All right, so I'm going to pop these down. I'm just not going to put a huge amount of glue on because there's not many coming out at all. I'm not going to put much glue on, just a little bit. And I will put a tiny bit up there. So because these open up, what happens is it will squelch through. So just be mindful of where you pop it because it is going to. This one I'd sort of like. I'm going to put that one. I thought I wanted to pop this one up, but I won't because I'm going to pop up the flowers. So a little bit of glue again, a tiny bit down here, up here, I mean, just to add that bit of sparkle. Might pop that one a little bit higher. So don't worry about what's happening down here because we're going to put the flowers down there. And then again, just the flowers, Janelle. Yeah, that's what I thought. The bow would just make it too much. Okay. I'll just pop this one so that it pops over that way a little bit. There we go. See what I mean? We can see a bit of that glue there, but I'll get rid of that. Okay. So there's all that happening down there. And now what we'll do, I'm going to pop up the top one, not all of them. So this one's going to go. It's going to put this one here. Let's hold that down for a second. You can see that there's that bit of a lift around it. Actually, I might not need to pop them up. Where was I going to do this? I was going to put the blue one. Yeah, I think it's got to go like that. Let's put a dimensional on the blue one and see where we go from there. I think it's big enough to hold a full-size dimensional. So just maneuvering that a tad and popping it there. And then I'll pop this other pink one down underneath. You can see that pink one has a bit of, let's pop that one down under there, like that. You can stay down. We can pop those up. We'll pop these up in a second. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. I do this when I'm making cards at home, hear myself, chatter away to myself. My husband will come in and say, sorry, did you say something? No, not talking to you. All right. So we've got our Sending Sunshine, which I'm just going to pop across here like this. All right. So bearing in mind, I only need to put glue on this part of it. So let's do that. Sending Sunshine. I like that. No stamping. Just has it there. Now this, of course, will still fit into a normal envelope. All right. Now, yesterday, as I said, I forgot the Wink of Stella, so I will remember today. There it is over there. Oh, seriously, Lorraine? You know I had this out, right? I have a pot at the back here where I put all my stuff. And in front of that, I have a cup of tea. Guess where I put that? It missed the pot. Okay, let's use some Wink of Stella. One of these has plenty. That one has plenty. And let's do some Wink on the flowers. To give them a bit of a shine. There would actually be plenty on the brush, but I'm just picking some up because I've got it all over the glass mat here. There we go. A little bit down here. How about that? So we've got that there, and now we want some pretties. We need to put pretties on it. Let's have a look at what pretties we can put on. Maybe if I look at it from the other way. Remember the other day when I did those frames, I actually did some more frames. I love the frames. I love them in the copper. So I made some extra ones. All right. We can go with, do you know, we could actually do the little birds and dragonflies, which I think might look quite good. We can do, we did those yesterday, which are the ones that came free with the $100 order on Celebration. Thanks, Suzanne. And then there's this one here, which is, of course, the druzy. And you know, today we could actually use the gold druzy. So that's that. Or we could go with the Blooming Pearls, which is another of my favorites. You can always tell my favorites because there's hardly any left. Where we've got the pinks, we've got the golds, and we've got the greens that we could use if we like. So let's have a vote. Let's have a little vote. We can have the birds. Let me move this out of the way. We can have the birds and dragonflies. We can have, let's take that one out. We can have the Blooming Pearls, or we can go with the druzies. What are we going to do? Have a think about it. And then I should really move those. Gold druzy would be lovely, Fran. I love those. I think they're very popular. Let's go with the gold druzy. Fran was first today, so she gets picked. Let's do that. Let's decide where we're going to pop them. I think I only need the small ones. So I want to put, they will come off of here. I can pop one in the middle of there. And then I think sort of like one here and one here, something like that. I don't want them to, Lynn wants the birds. Janelle wants the birds. Susie wants the birds. You can't see what Fran's saying, can you? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put 3 of these druzies on, these gold druzies, because I love them too. Pop one down there. And then I think what we can get away with is a couple of birds. Then everybody's happy. What do we think? So I'll pop a bird up there. And then, oh, these go the other way. Woohoo. And then maybe, let me see, maybe a bird in there. Yeah, you go set up, Suzanne. Thank you so much. How's that? We've got a couple of little birds on there as well. Actually, I'm thinking I might take that one off from there. Although it's, well, no, I won't because it's well stuck. We'll leave it there. Okay, so that, peoples, is the card for today. So don't shy away from these. Hi, Daryl. How are you this morning? It is rather cute, isn't it? It's quite a cute card, and a lot of people tend to shy away from anything that looks like it might be hard, but 9 times out of 10 there's an easy way to do them. Don't shy away from it. Have a practice at home. They're great. So my ladies from years ago, they used to say to me, oh, I don't really want to do that. It looks really hard. And then when they did it, they were like, oh, I didn't realize it was going to be that easy. So it is quite easy to do. All right. I hope you like that. And now I have one that I can actually say that I've made out of Stampin' Up stuff. So I will show you these again. These are the ones that I did. You can see they're quite floppy and they're made out of basil cardstock. Actually, that, I don't know, that looks like it might have been paper up from here. And then There was this one, and I've not that one. I've put that on the back. Often I'll just put a white piece on the back so that you can put your greetings or whatever on the back there. So that's the card for today. You're doing some etching for a friend on a wine glass. Oh, do you have a laser engraver or something like that, Daryl? Or do you etch with etching paste? I must admit the laser engraver is a lot easier than the etching paste, although the etching paste is there at your hands. All right, so that's our card for today. I will see you all again on Monday. Bye, Donna. We'll see you. Yeah, I'll pop over there. I do have a couple of things to do, but I'll pop over there as soon as I can get over. Okay. Alrighty, so as I said, that's the card for today. Remember the new points system, the new not points, what do you call them? Reward system that's coming out. Thanks, Lynn. You love the flowers? Yeah, they're rather cute, aren't they? I think we're going to be doing such a lot with those flowers. Let me pop up to the other camera. Bye, Lynn. Talk to you later. Alrighty, so I think, yeah, everybody's right. These flowers are going to be able to be used for so much. And you can actually do the flowers. You can stamp the flowers, cut them out, and you can stamp the middles. Like, it doesn't have to be die cut. So I just love these. I love these leaves. I really love the leaves. So yeah, lots of different ways with this new one that's coming out. So definitely worth a look. You get so much in it. It's sort of, yeah. And I think it was yesterday. Yeah. No, the day before I did the I appreciate you with those flowers. Okay. So yeah. All right. Another one for you to keep an eye out for. This is going to be very expensive. I know this. It's expensive for me. So, and of course, if you don't want it to be quite as expensive, all you need to do is join. And if you join, you get 20% off of all your orders. Alrighty, that's it from me. Bye, everyone. And I'll talk to you later. I'll see you all on Monday morning. Thank you.